Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague live here from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios. And we are back after what was the first game and a very fast game between Burning United and Ninjas in Pyjamas. And to be honest, I think Ninjas in Pyjamas, they had a good plan. They just completely screwed up the execution.
Yeah, I think Burning United's draft, though, in like when you looked at Vega play a similar draft, they always get a pick off and then they just get a tower afterwards. Where Burning United's team, you know, they have this like super tanky axe. They have the Priestess and Moon that can just like leap away. It's very difficult to get that initial kill for you to be allowed to get the tower. Yeah. So it was more that their draft actually allowed them to play the way they did. It was very nice.
What did you think about the game, Ted?
We were talking about this in the break, and I was wondering, how does Axe keep getting up against Brood? Like, how is it happening? And Andy said the problem is if you ban the Axe, it's super obvious you're going to try and get a Brood or something like that. So then I said, why don't you pick Axe and then pick Brood? And then it became like, you know, obviously Andy had a better idea. But basically, I don't understand how you have Brood and there's an Axe and you end up laning against him and he just, I mean, it's just horrible. It's like, I don't see how you could possibly win that. Although Andy insisted that the Brood should win that matchup, but I don't know. We didn't quite understand what he was saying.
Well, we saw Brood win the matchup yesterday and we saw Brood win up the matchup today. Perhaps it's just the Brood?
Yesterday was that game when he should have killed him at like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And used the soul ring. And he,
Or the mango.
Or the mango, yeah.
Could have been. What do you think, Kyoko? What do you think for this game? Ninja Pyjamas, what did they do wrong? Or what did Burning United do right?
You know, that's a sort of a, it's a good example of the thing I was saying where like, when Ninjas in Pyjamas don't start off well, they just sort of crumble. Like when their lanes begin poorly, then they don't really, they just don't play well from behind in general, I think. And so things snowball really, really quickly. You know, it went from like a even-ish game, like not that bad, to 6-0 in something like 90 seconds or, you know, whatever that was. And at that point, the game was just kind of over, I think.
Yeah, that fight at bottom lane. I mean, I think for like, you're not going to fight in the same lane as a Brood. Actually, is that the fight you selected by any chance?
It is, Shiva.
It is. Well, let's take a look at the drawing board and Shane Analytics.
Welcome to the drawing board. So the clip I've selected is, as Shiva said, when they try to gank Paris on his axe. And it doesn't go the best. So first of all, Nip rotate everyone down. So their idea is, keep a pause for a second, right? If we rotate everyone down and we get the pick on Paris, then we can just push the towers afterwards. Because we got Chen, we got Dragon Knight. It's going to be great. But he's like, he's got this shield item that protects him from a lot of this damage. And Wisp against Maledict is very, very potent. Ted, would you like to draw on the screen?
No, you crack on.
All right, so the center gets a really nice stun straight away. It's going pretty good, but they don't actually do any damage to him. Yeah. And then you look at Hanskin, and the amount of damage they're taking from spins.
And I don't know what Hanskin is doing. He's taking a lot of damage from the tower as well. He has the right
tower shots.
And he had to use the Hand of God for himself rather than for other people.
Sing Sing on his patented bottom with his double damage rune as well. Like he is, like, of all runes to have as well, to have a double damage rune.
Okay, so regarding the fact that this fight, you know, didn't go as planned for Ninja Pyjamas, wouldn't it, in theory, have been better for them to try and take top or mid tower? Because that way, that if they don't win the fight, which, you know, there was definitely a chance of them not winning the fight, at least if they took the fight top or middle, they would have been able to, or Brood might have been able to get something on bottom lane, because in the scenarios of a fight, maybe Axe teleports to top or middle to try and help out with the fight. At
this stage of the game, they didn't really have any farm, so maybe their logic was, you know, our Viper only has a Ring of Aquila. We don't really have any items, so we need all 5 of us to actually win a team fight.
Do you think it was also that they just thought if we get rid of the Axe and we get this tower down, then Brood can just do what Brood does.
It's
and just basically take over that whole bottom part of the map.
Well,
so I think they were thinking, we need to, she's not doing it against the Axe, so we need to create space, get the tower, force them back, and then she can go and double farm the lane, the jungle, and all the rest of it. And it didn't happen. But again, if you looked at the team, you know, they had the capacity, we were saying, to clear so much with Gyro and Axe and even Mirana. So yeah, I didn't like the strat from the start. I'm sorry, my phone was bleeping.
I keep on sending you yo's.
Yeah, you keep sending me yo's. Getting yo'd at.
So that, I mean, the plan for Ninja Pyjamas, I thought the plan was pretty decent. We've seen Chen and DK before, and with the combination of Witch Doctor, I mean, it's just very strong in terms of pushing. Was the Brood just too greedy?
I think you need a hero that gets the pick off, like Mag on his when he plays Beastmaster, for example.
Beastmaster, Clockwork.
And or like a Centaur, Clockwork, you need that initial pick to get the push. Otherwise, it's just what we saw. You lose the team fight, and all of a sudden your whole strategy
It's a
crumbles.
front foot team, not a back foot team.
Exactly.
There you go.
Nice, Ted.
What do you want to see for the next game, Ioka?
I want to see it more even lanes. I want to see more like I don't want to see one of those games where you have one fight and then one of your
And the
heroes
game's
is
over.
totally dead. And
Yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting if they just said, well, let's not try this again. Let's try something else.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I really think that if it was a different hero instead of the Brood, it could have actually been really great. We've seen a lot of teams be really successful with the DK, the push with the Chen coming out. I wonder if it was just, actually just the Brood.
Mayhap. We shall
Mayhap.
see.
Chad needs to get that harpy creep. That's what we need.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I want to see
Oh.
that.
Oh, we were just we were
I wanna
yapping
see
on
that.
about it for like 3 days now, but it's literally the funniest thing you've ever seen. Like,
It was actually really strong.
The harpy creep does seem to be rarer, though, right? It's like the rarely spotted harpy. Like, the
Oh.
chance
it's
is fairly slim, right?
It's this. I think there's like 4 creep camps or the
Yeah.
big one. So I'm not sure about that actually.
I don't see it.
I don't play support. That's weird.
Yeah, that's true.
So I
You
don't
mean
worry
there-
about them
you
small.
mean there's more small camps to rotate through?
Yeah.
So there's the Harpy camp,
Yeah.
there's
The healer.
the Wolves camp, the healer, the 5 mini things. I think that's all. I think there's 4.
Yeah, 4.
Wait, big creeps?
No,
No,
the
small camp.
small
Oh,
camp.
the small camps, right? Yeah.
I think I'm not forgetting anything.
I thought there might have been more.
What about the ghost lady?
Yeah, the Ghost Lady,
The spirits.
5.
Did you
yeah.
say the kobold?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, they just have 5 little babies.
yeah. There's 5 small camps to rotate through.
Yeah. I feel like
So
there's a
20%.
So a 20% chance
Yeah.
to get the harpy. Yeah.
Actually, not really, because after you killed one, it cannot be the same camp anymore. So you get 1 out of 4. 24%? 25? Does it
Well,
work that way?
so when the camp respawns, it won't be the same thing.
It won't be the
again.
same thing twice in a row. That's not possible.
Okay.
So
All right.
25%.
So
If there's
four
5
players, no
different,
higher.
then surely that's 20% chance if there's 5 different camps.
Unless there's already one there, so you know it's not going to be that one.
Yeah,
I
but
got
double
you.
harpy,
I
like
got
we can
you.
only dream. Shiver.
That is the dream.
So that's why I think that's got removed, because if there's a double Harpy,
Like,
I mean,
what happens?
that'd be
Does the
amazing.
game just implode? Like,
yeah, that would be... Oh, actually, if you're Chen, you can get a Harpy at the Dire side and at the Radiant side.
Oh man, that'd be next level.
Yeah.
You could actually get a harpy and then kill other harpies. Or I mean, you take one harpy, I guess, but
I suppose.
zapping
Turn
people.
them on their
I
phone,
worry
yeah.
we're overthinking it. I mean, I just want to see a harpy. That's it. I don't care how it happens.
what about?
Well, we do need a Chen for that. And perhaps we are going to see a Chen, but we'll find out in the draft, which is already on the way. It is time to go to OD Pixel and Draskell for Game 2 of Burner United taking on Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Hooray.